Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. This is the way we start the show. If you find it annoying, you really should go. Hello, 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 hello. From Buffalo to Sacramento to Alamogordo. I need another O. I need to work another O in at some point. When the show jumps to its new incarnation, or another, like, something that ends in O, we're going to add something. We might start doing the show in Oslo. Maybe. Oh, wait a minute. We already do it all over the planet. Thanks to the interweb. Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is Working From Home, episode number 97. Hello, hello from Ohio. OH. Here's the thing about people from Ohio. If you say OH, they have to say IO. And no matter how many times you do it, they will do it too. OHIO, they can't not do it. So you could fend them off. If you were being attacked by a large group of Ohioans, you could just go OH. I guess they could say the IO part while they were beating you, but all right, forget it. It's not a good plan. If you're being chased by a bunch of Ohioans, what should you do then? I brought it up. I feel like I should provide some sort of advice. Tell them you're on your way to Cedar Point to be run over by an amusement park ride. True story. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to episode number 97 of Working From Home is ridiculous. It's insane. It's been happening for way too long. Someone must put a stop to it. Something must be done. Ben Bailey has been performing alone in his basement for 97 hours. Well, probably more than 97. This would be the 97th if they're each an hour. But they're each a little bit more than an hour. And if I stand too close like this, you cannot see the top of my head. And it makes me look totally different. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And pretty much all of us would look a little different if we didn't have a top of our head. Bless you. You're like, what's different about you? Are you missing the whole top of your head? Yep. And look how perfectly flat the other part is there. Right against Twitter has the perfect flat top. I used to roll into the barber shop and just go, high and tight, baby. High and tight. I remember being very nervous when you first go to get your hair cut. You're like, ooh. Some kids cry, they hate it. I was just always nervous that they were going to do something to my hair. Like, the barber's like, what do you want me to do? I'd be like, just whatever you did to yours, don't do that to mine. I don't know what happened up there. You doing that backwards in a mirror or something? Did you go to school for this? Put the scissors down and slowly back away. It's not true. The guy that cut my hair when I was a kid he had great hair. He had fantastic hair. Better than I will ever have. Although I got to be honest, there's a certain aerodynamic quality to my head at this point in my life that I'm enjoying. I could fly if I had wings. I can't do wings properly on those sides. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, there we go. Thank God. A shriek. It brought me back to life. So it's been a good week around here. I had a visit with my oldest friend. He's 106. I read the novel War and Peace. And he walked from the kitchen to the bathroom. Losing weight, is that a joke about me missing the top of my head, or are you saying I look slim? Are you saying I look slender? Never noticed my cheekbones until now? Is that what you're saying? I love when you're like a performer, or you're on a show, or you're a known person. People just think it's totally fine to just point out observations about your appearance. Wow, your nose is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Geez, you look old. I heard, not always to me, but some people are just, they just say what they think. I was at the Comedy Cellar one night, and a guy that used to work there came back. He had moved to Vegas. He came back, and one of the other comedians just goes, man, you got fat. And it was like, oh, shit. The guy was like, oh, thanks. Yeah. Yep. It's like, yeah, we all noticed, but you don't just come right out and... Sometimes people, if you don't see someone for a while, they give you a compliment, but they sound a little too surprised when they say it, so it's still offensive, Oh, you look good. Oh, were you not what you were expecting? Were you... You look good. You look good. That's what you don't want. An old friend. Hey, how's it been? How you doing? You look good. What? Did you hear something? What? You ran into somebody else? They said I look like shit? How did they look? Let me ask you that. How did they look? Them people that said I didn't look so good made you surprised at how good I look. I guess when people say you look the same, wow, you look exactly the same. You see somebody, you haven't seen it. You look exactly the same. The person's like, I know it's meant to be a compliment, but I feel like you're implying that I've been stagnating. I haven't grown. You look exactly the same as you did last time I saw you. 27 years ago. Like, really? Did I even have the same haircut? Son of a bitch. People that haven't seen you since you were kids, for me, they're like, wow, I didn't realize you were so tall. I'm like, we grew up together, And they're like, yeah, but you weren't this tall. And it's true, I wasn't. When I graduated high school, I was 6 feet and 1/2 inches tall. So I grew 5.5 inches after high school, which is pretty crazy, Bit of a reckoning for the bullies around town when I came back from college. Hey, holy shit, dude, yeah. You don't remember when I used to be a total dick to you when you were small, do you? As a matter of fact, I do. That's what I'm here about. I know we're grown men, but get ready for the wedgie of a fucking lifetime. I'm going over the top with this one, baby. That's a pretty awful thing to do to someone, to wedgie them. I think I mentioned it once before on the show. I have to apologize. I wedgied a younger fella in middle school, and it was awful, and I still feel badly about it. Such a nice guy, too. He's probably a fucking rocket scientist now. Yeah, I think he was a smart little fella. Yeah, it's funny. I was bullied, and then I was in turn a bully a little bit, and before I figured it out. And if you think I'm trying to blame the people that bullied me, you're absolutely right. They're responsible for all of it. And I know who you're thinking, but no, it's my parents. Just kidding. No, there were bigger kids they'll fuck with you. That's what happens. That's the way at least the way it used to be. And then I had an older sister, so she would like try to stick up for me, and they'd be like, yeah, okay, that worked. And then they'd come and work you over a little harder. Yeah, your sister said we're not supposed to beat the crap out of you anymore. I'll be sure to thank her for that. Oof. Just like in Dazed and Confused, that shit is accurate. I never felt right as the bully, I feel like I identify more as a bullied, because that's where I started. Well, I didn't feel right about when I was doing some kind of not so nice stuffs, I never felt right. I always felt badly about it. I'm a decent person on the inside, you know what I mean? You look good. Well, that's one step from saying, you don't look like shit. See an old friend, hey, how's it going? You don't look like shit at all. I don't know how to interpret that. Well, everybody said, you see the guy, he looks fucking, whoa, is he old? You look all right to me. You look all right to me, and it's been years. Yes, I said that to my friend's wife. I said, you look exactly the same, because I was taken by how she looked so much just like she used to look. And she was kind of like, what is that supposed to mean? I'm like, it means you look like you haven't aged. I was trying to say something nice. When really, I was just shocked that she looked like exactly the same as she used to look. Like 100% the same, which is all of it. I'm already late with the drive-by. Let's hit one. Whoa. It's a cash cab drive-by, folks. That means it's time to take a sip of your beverage. When you hear that music and you see this little cab going by and you're wondering how it turns around, if I don't show you, that's when you take a sip of your beverage and we have a toast and we say to us, to you, to still being here on planet Earth. This shit started when COVID shut everything down, and we were like, we'll do this for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, then we'll get back on the road. Yep. 97 episodes later, this is all we have. And we need you. But yeah, so and that was one of the original segments, the Cash Cab Drive-Bys. Fair amount of segments have come and gone. Some are still here. We're gonna have new ones. We're gonna have new segments and lots of new stuff on the episode of the Big News Show, the premiere of the Big News Show, which we've now decided is going to be on January 5th.
Oh yeah.
Of 2022. 2022. Which I can't believe it's going to be 2022. I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But so yeah, January 5th, we're gonna do 100 episodes of this show, and then we're gonna take time off for the holidays, and then we're gonna come back with Boom, the Big News Show. And yeah, that's the name of it.
Cool. That's good to know.
Yeah, just telling Emma that too. The Big News Show. Unless we decide to change it, which we might, because it's our show, we can call it whatever we want. We might just call it that. Whatever we want. Maybe that'll be the name. Probably not. It'll probably stay the Big News Show, because I already made some of the logos and stuff. But you know what? It's exceptionally easy to change the logo to another name. You just back up and type it again, the new name, and it looks just like the old name did. So, yeah, that's the plan, folks. That's the plan. Oh, you ever shake someone's hand and then they're like, oh, sorry, I have a cold. And you're like, you asshole. You knew. It's not like I ran up and grabbed your hand when you weren't looking. You just remembered now? Oh, sorry, I have a cold. And then you're like, oh, great. And then I always say the same thing. Oh, don't worry, it's not contagious. I'm like, really? Well, how did you get it? Or are you just the guy that has the cold? The common cold. That's you. You are the common cold. You got it from no one. You are it. You are it. It's very nice that everyone's saying hi to each other when they come in, but it always throws me off when I see a message that's not for me. Hey, Mike. Here's a fun trick. If you see a dude, it's more often dudes than gals, walking, and he's got his name on his jacket, just say hi to him and use his name like you know him. And watch him try to... How'd you know my name was Mike? It's painted on the front of your house, Mike. It's on your jacket, boy. It's right here. I assume you put it there. Or at least you're aware that it was there before. You're not just finding out now, you know. Aria, you got fat. Hey guys, I came back to say hello to the people I used to work with and see all the time. Oh yeah? Well, you got fat in between. Man, what happened? Woo! Hey, how you guys doing? You got ugly. I dress my kids ugly. I dress them ugly. Really, you dress your kids ugly? But you're not ugly. You're so beautiful. That is so inside. That's the most inside joke. Even the person who said that stuff, I don't think would understand.
No.
And it's going to stay that way, folks.
You're not going to explain it to them?
Nope. No, I'm surely not going to explain it to them at all. I did shows this weekend, folks. I was in the city of Boston, Beantown. Boston, Massachusetts. The capital city of Boston. Home of Boston. Bostonians. And I'll tell you what, if Paul Revere was riding through there today, he wouldn't recognize the place. Not for a second. He'd be like, the Brit... Wait a minute. I hadn't been there in 3 years, and I did not recognize... Downtown Boston has like a new wing. I was like, wow, I love what you guys have done with the place. That's how I addressed the crowd. Pretty clever, like it's their house, and they redid it while I was gone. Then we laughed about the weather a little bit. Laughed about the weather, as you do. And I think I'm thinking about becoming a specialty comedian. I think I'm just only gonna do jokes about the weather. Only weather jokes. Whether you like it or not. That'll be the name of it. Whether you like it or not. Get it? It's about the weather. And you can't change it. Like, you can't just be like, I wish it wasn't raining, and it's not raining. You can't do that. I don't know who that guy is, but if I had to sit and chat with him, I would end up slapping his face. No, you wouldn't. You'd think you would, but you wouldn't. You love it. You love it. No, I don't. I really don't. Please go away. Okay, fine. I'll see you again. I'm coming back. I don't know. Don't ask me. Ought to know where it comes from. Hi, Donna David. Donna David is watching. DD.
I have to ask.
Uh-oh. Question. Have you got a question?
Kowalski's asking. He's donated.
Thanks, Jerry.
Donated. He's tipped you yet again this week.
He did. I saw a very generous and timely tip from David Kowalski again.
And as last week and possibly the week before, and just now on YouTube, he's asked, "Are you coming to Buffalo anytime soon?"
Hello from Buffalo. No. Nope. Sorry, not coming. You guys get too much fucking snow. And I'm not coming to Buffalo to take your football team out. Yeah, I'll come to Buffalo, man. I don't know a gig in Buffalo. I know you know one. Yeah, I would do it. Sure. I've been there. I've been to Buffalo before. I played the, what do you call it? Club. The name of a club in Buffalo that I don't remember. I did Buffalo. I did Rochester. I've done shows all over the place up there, and I would be happy to come back. Con says no Buffalo in the winter. Yeah, that's right. They leave. They're the smart ones. The Buffalo heads south. Tatanka. There's a movie quote. There's a movie quote. So you get in the... And here it is. This is the whole of the movie quote. Tatanka. I love it. I love that one. It's so fun. Because that's it. You have to do this part. The Italian Job. No. What?
And Kevin Rubble was at the 7:30 show in Boston.
Kevin Rubble. Nice. Dances with Wolves. The stern but fair watchman got it. Boom. Dances with Wolves. Character, actor. It's funny. Character name could also be Dances with Wolves, right? I feel like you could miss that. You could watch the whole movie, and at the end, you're like, "Oh wait, that's his name." He is Dances with. It's not about like wolves and dancing. That's what they call him. Dances with Wolves. Yeah, great movie. Amazing movie. The part where Wind in his hair is yelling and saying, "Hear this and know that I am your friend," is like one of the most moving, touching pieces of film. Beautiful.
Oh.
Absolutely beautiful. Really, very good.
I have to watch it again then, I hear.
Oh, it's very moving.
You know what?
It's a great film. There's a Far Side cartoon where there's the acronym on the wall stands for the National Society for People Who Didn't Like Dances with Wolves, and there's just one guy like sitting there nibbling on a cookie by a punch bowl, which is a pretty great Far Side cartoon, isn't it? What were you gonna say, babe?
I was going to say that when I was a kid, I went to the movies to watch Dances with Wolves, and with my friend
Right.
Laura, and she'd selected the screening we went to.
Right.
As I've told you before, there was only one screen in the little town in the city I grew up in.
In Dubbo?
Yes,
It's not surprising.
And so we went to that screening, and it was the director's cut.
Oh, I thought that's what you were going to say. Oh, no.
And I think ever since then, I haven't been able to bring myself to sit through Dances with Wolves again.
Oh, man.
Because
Jeez.
there's a memory.
But it's Kevin Costner talking, right? So he's the director.
No, he's not talking. It's just, you know how it's like...
Oh, it's just the extended cut.
Yeah, it's extended.
Okay, but not with the voiceover, because sometimes the director's cut will have
Right.
the director talking about choices. I was like, that'd be fucking weird if he's in the movie and talking about it.
Right. Yeah, that would be confusing. I feel like maybe that's only on the DVD. But yeah, no, they didn't have that at the cinema, but... It's a very long movie anyway.
It is a long film, non-director's cut, very long.
I felt like I was in there all day. You know, I just really went to another world. And, and I've always thought, it's such a good movie, I should watch it again.
It's just like 18 minutes of him just standing on the prairie, just looking out.
I mean, I've never seen the original. I don't know what it's
Clouds.
like, but... It was slow, and it was long, and it was more than 3 hours, and...
Yeah, I bet that director's cut is like 3.5, 3:45 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny when there's some humor in it, too, you know, like, it's parts of what make it real. At one point, the young Braves decide to do like a ride-through. They ride through his camp, even though they were told not to, and they scare the shit out of him, you know, and he's got the wolf that lives with him, which is why that is how he got his name, right? So he like alerts him. I think he wakes him up, and he jumps up and grabs his rifle and goes to run out the door, and he hits his fucking head on the door to the cabin and knocks himself out cold. And they just keep riding and laughing, and he just wakes up in the morning like, oh, fuck. But he's alive. He knocked himself out on the door frame, but he made it through the night. It's a good movie. Great movie.
I don't know why that reminds me of like Sparky just now before I came down. I gave him his dinner.
I was going to say he hit his head on the door frame.
No, but you know the little...
He's very short.
The little egg thing that you... What are they called? Egg muffin things that you ate?
What?
What is the breakfast item?
Oh, the egg bites. Egg bites.
So I gave
sous vide egg bites.
I gave him that container to, you know, he likes to lick out the stuff and clean it up.
Oh yeah, he sure does.
And I look over and I was
lives for it.
Rushing around getting ready and stuff. Gave that to him, and I look over and he is doing like a you know, pouring at it and jumping backwards.
At the tray?
Yeah.
Oh, those things are dangerous.
I think it might have rocked on its side.
Yeah, it must have like
It
popped or like
moved.
jumped a little bit, and
Yeah, I
then
think
he
it,
just
like,
like, oh,
rocked a little bit and had a bit of emotion, and it looked like and he was attacking it like there's a critter, like he knew it was delicious and he wanted to eat it, but he was like going near it and then like barely touching it with his claw and then jumping back, and I felt really sorry for him.
Oh, poor, because
I
he's
should've
just so
probably
gullible.
watched it. He probably would have got a lot of entertainment and enjoyment out of it, but I went over and I grabbed it and I was like, here, buddy. And so I held it for him and he came.
Oh, and he's a howling.
He's a,
Let's. I feel like that's coming through loud and clear. Can you guys hear that?
You guys must be able to hear that one tonight. Oh, Papa.
It's okay, Sparky Barky.
Bone. I gave him the juiciest of bones.
Oh, we gave him a big
Okay.
juicy bone?
Yeah, nice marrow bone.
It's okay, puppy.
But he's right above your head.
We'll be up in a little while, buddy. It's okay.
I shut him in there so he wouldn't put it on the couch and make it all dirty.
Hello. You guys, you and
Oh,
Sparky, babe, you guys
Voice
don't know
is Clear
this.
as day.
Yeah, people were hearing him for sure.
Nice.
You and Sparky don't know this, but when you guys leave and I'm here alone, I howl. Just out of solidarity. I'm not. It's not like I'm afraid you're not coming back. I just on to be there with him. You know.
So you saying you howl with Sparky?
No, all by
or
myself.
Sparky and I leave?
When you guys are both gone. Looking back now, I realize he probably doesn't even know that I'm doing it, so there's no point. That was a pretty good howl. That sounded like the beginning of a song by Peter Tosh called Vampire. It's a good song. It's got a werewolf at the beginning, and it's called Vampire, which shows you how much weed those guys were smoking.
Oh my goodness, I'm sneezy tonight.
Hi, Sneezy. I'll be Doc. I deserve a little chuckle on that. I went right to a
Sorry.
Seven Dwarves bit.
I was too sneezy to.
You were too sneezy? I would be, I'd be angry. That'd probably be my...
Yes.
If I were one of the dwarfs, I'd be irritated.
I'd say moody. Maybe.
Moody? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
'cause-
Jeez, okay. I'm just
'cause
making
you-
jokes. I'm not trying to point out real shit about...
I'm saying because you're not just angry.
Yeah, sometimes I'm very happy.
You could just be funny.
Oh, funny dwarf. There's that old joke about a guy, and he can't even... It's so you can't even say anything anymore. People will shut you down. But it's like rules out so many of these old classic jokes. You can't say them anymore because people would be get upset. But there's one where, and I think there's even a story. You know what? I'm not even going to do it. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm hesitating, so I'm not going to say the thing I was thinking about saying. But I am going to give you guys a movie quote, another movie quote besides Tatanka, because that one was spontaneous, right in the monologue. But this one, here it is. You ready? I'll bet inside a week I could put a bug so far up her ass she won't know whether to shit or wind or watch. Now, what do you say to that?
Wow. I didn't know that one.
Oh, it's a classic. That one sent in to the show by Mr. Bill Bailey himself. And by the way, guys, if you want to submit movie quotes that you'd like to use, like us to use to play on the show here, play the game, we will do that. He dances with wolves, says Jennifer Franco. No. Captain Ron, no. Good guess. It's always fun to mention Captain Ron.
Mr. C. the Bartman says you would be he says 6'5" dwarf.
I'd be the biggest dwarf in my class. That's for damn sure. Gee, your hair smells terrific. I don't think that's even a movie. Nobody's going to get this one. Tatanka. Oh, you're guessing for Tatanka now? I get it. Miss Piggy is not even a category. It's not even close to a category of... Sounds familiar, don't remember. Okay, all right. We'll just talk about it rather than have guesses. If you don't know it, These people in Boston over the weekend, these people came. Oh, before I do anything else, I need to address who said they were at the early show on Friday in Boston. Someone did, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then I saw your next comment, but it rolled away, and we were doing something. He said he brought the girl with the crazy laugh.
Was it Jeff?
You remember the Muppet laugher girl that I told you about?
Oh.
He said he brought her to the show.
Oh, really?
It was Kevin. Yeah, Kevin Rubble or Ruble. To me, that's Ruble. Rubble is Barney Rubble. I feel like that would be two B's.
Oh.
But
Right.
whatever. Don't bring Muppets to my fucking shows anymore, Ruble. You understand? By the end of it, I was acting out me murdering Elmo, but regretting it. No kill Elmo, Ben Bailey. It's like, no, kill you little son of a...
I think you have to start at the beginning and tell everyone.
Jack Nicholson is the actor. Did they guess?
Enemy of the state?
No. Oh, it's his daughter. He brought a girl with the Muppet laugh as his daughter.
Oh.
I thought it was fun for me.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's.
Oh yes, that is correct.
That's Jeff Watkins.
Jeff Watkins, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Fantastic movie.
Nice.
And it's Jack Nicholson and the character. Let's see if we can get the character. We'll just wait. Give Elmo 2 test tickles. Okay? You set me up for that one. I missed the cash cab. I hope that's not a commentary on this show. Well, after watching 1 minute of this, I wish that fucking Randall McMurphy. Boom! Totally Googled it, Watkins, but that's okay. That's a great line, right? All right, here.
For the 3.
Yeah, he got all 3. Boom, boom, bing. Well, bing, bing, bing.
Laura Miskin's going to give him 3 squares of toilet paper, so that's nice.
Cash can. That's a new episode, new game.
Okay, so I think we need to...
We steal the toilet paper, and they have to answer questions to get the paper back, so they can... Okay. What are you going to say,
I
babe?
think we should have a segment called, like, what happened last weekend, or this weekend. Or...
Perhaps we will on the new show.
Yeah, but, like, tell them about what you told me.
About the Muppet laugh girl?
Yeah.
Well, this girl had this crazy Muppet laugh. She sounded like a Muppet screaming first at a distance and then rapidly getting closer. She was like... And, like, the whole... It was a thing. There was no not addressing it. So I did. And that happens to me a lot. There's someone in the crowd who just unleashes some crazy laugh noise. And I have a big, long, fun bit about it. And it was fucking great. It was really fun. But I think apparently there was someone in the crowd was annoyed, said to her, the woman with the laugh. On the way out, he said, that was abysmal to her. So I think he doesn't know how to laugh. No, I think he
told her that her laugh wasn't good?
he was saying like, no, that was such a part of the show and that it was like turned into such a thing that it was abysmal. Now I think, which is, that's a pretty strong abysmal. It's like, wow,
I mean,
okay.
I love the word. It's a great word, but I don't think...
I think it's pronounced abysmal. I'm just kidding. But I think he was like wanting to hear my material. Sometimes that happens. Somebody was like, especially if they have something in particular they want to hear and they don't get to hear it, then they get mad if there's a distraction that takes away.
Sparky's getting mad about that too.
Kowalski says he laughs like Ed McMahon. Now, do you know what that is?
No.
Do you know who Ed McMahon is?
Yeah.
You do?
I thought I did.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean to make you doubt. What do you know him from? Who is he?
Wasn't he the news reporter?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. He was the sort of sidekick on the old Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and he laughed like this big huge laugh.
Oh, well. You got to go to Buffalo just for that.
And he was also, yeah, right? Have you been to one of my shows? There's a guy in the bit of the laugh noises that laughs like that. Yes, you're right. Sparky is howling again.
Yeah.
Says Raphael. You tell Raphael. There's another movie quote. Sorry, it just keeps happening. Yep.
Wow, they do. But I feel like... Sorry. Nice. That was better for Instagram that time.
Thank you. Yeah, I forgot about them way up there. They can see so much more of me. You tell Raphael that I said... Okay, that's enough. That should be enough. If somebody knows it, they should be able to get it from that. What were you saying, love? Did you see something?
I feel like for most people, like, that they love those parts of the show where you address what's going on in the crowd and some crazy stuff.
Thank you, babe. Well, yeah, and I think so too. But what happens is if someone has a crazy laugh that's very loud and unique, it gets to where I can't ignore it, and then when I address it, it just escalates, and it ends up taking over, and like it you know, some people get frustrated. I think what they're thinking is that person is like trying to get attention, or they're taking taking away from the show by but it's always fucking funny. It's almost too funny is the problem. It's like, what am I gonna do? Get mad at someone for laughing at my which I do. I talk about it. I could do a whole show about that because I've had to so many times. Because I'm so funny, I make people make funny noises. You know what I mean? That's distracting. Because that's how fucking funny I am. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. I made a guy laugh till he puked, literally. I'm the only person I know that ever did that, ever. Seriously, a guy threw up. He had to...
I know.
But yeah, it's it's a weird little situation. It's like you have to it gets to a point you have to address it. But as soon as you do, it just escalates it, So you kind of got to hold out. You don't want to address it too early. I mean,
because then
it's going to
self-conscious, and that makes them like nervous laughter, and that makes their laugh even bigger.
Yeah, it just brings it out more. It's like they're laughing so hard they can't not make the noise, right?
Yeah.
So what am I going to do? But I'm just going to make it worse by talking to them. You can't ask them to leave. Hey, would you shut the... They came to your comedy show. They're having the time of their life. And you're like, would you keep it down?
Madam, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. You're laughing too hard.
Yeah, you've been laughing. You're laughing too hard.
Out, please.
Get out. And Ed McMahon was also, before I forget, the Publishers Clearinghouse guy who would like show up at your door with a giant check if you won the sweepstakes.
What is the
Publishers Clearinghouse? It was like magazine subscriptions. You subscribe to magazines, you enter to win this big thing. And I think, and they would show up at your house. Ed McMahon would come to your house with a camera crew and a big check. You win like $100,000 or something.
It seems like an arbitrary, long, and bulky name to me.
Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. Yeah, well, I'll talk to him about it, but
Google was like, let's not do that. One word, short, sweet, doesn't need to mean anything.
Google does mean something.
I know it does.
I knew you knew. I knew it. Laura says it's still a thing, Publishers Clearinghouse. You think they would have cleared the house by now, you know what I mean? It's been like 50 years. They still got stuff in the fucking house? Clear the house out! I'm not surprised. It worked. I think it led to a lot of... yes, and Concon says Star Search. Yes, that's what I thought Emma was going to say for Ed McMahon.
Oh. Well,
Star
I haven't
Search.
seen it either. I know you were on it, but...
I was on it, but he wasn't the host when I was on it.
Oh.
Arsenio was the host when I was on it.
Arsenio.
Arsenio! Ho!
I like Arsenio.
He's a very nice man.
He was very nice to me. He's a lovely
Yeah,
man.
he called you Lady Bailey. He was like, hi, Ben Bailey and Lady Bailey. He's a very nice guy. I just saw him in L.A. last time when I went. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He wasn't doing shows, He's a very funny and decent fella.
And charismatic man.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, he charmed you. I know he did. I know he did. I'll never leave you alone with that man again. He's just too damn charming.
No, he was fine.
No, I know. I'm just playing. He was just very sweet.
It was the other man.
Russell?
Yeah.
Don't worry, man. I won't hit on her. Oh, thank God. I was so worried.
Oh.
That was fun. Where was it? We were at the Comedy and Magic Club there.
Yeah.
In Hermosa Beach. By the way, $20 have been donated on Instagram. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. That is to No Kid Hungry, a charity that does exactly what it says.
Cool.
No Kid Hungry. Make sure all the kids have some foods to eat. Facebook, it's in the feed. You can donate very easily over there as well. And Twitter, you guys can donate. It's not built in, but that's really not an excuse not to do it. There is a link right there. You guys should be able to click on and get to it. And YouTube, you guys, you can find it as well. Find it in your hearts to make a small donation. It'll go a very long way. Imagine if you didn't have food to eat for tomorrow. Like, think about that for real for a second. If you didn't know where you were going to get the food that you were going to eat tomorrow. And somebody, out of the goodness of their heart, donated $5 or $10 or $20 to No Kid Hungry. And because of that, you have meals to eat. What a fucking difference that makes in someone's life.
Yeah,
So
pretty bloody amazing.
unreal. So think about it. Think about it. It's another movie quote.
Oh, wow.
Think about it. And just imagine that this is not my finger, but a chicken wing. Think about it.
Oh, my goodness. This sounds familiar, but...
I think people will probably get that one. Yeah, they did. Wait, what was the last one?
I don't remember. God, there's too many of them.
Did I throw Nick's thrown in and we forgot about it?
Maybe.
We did Cuckoo's Nest.
Mm-hmm.
Randall McMurphy, Jack Nicholson. We did, yes, Russell Peters, Con. RP, good old RP.
Hmm.
We had seen him. Didn't we see him twice? We saw him at a restaurant in like Bel Air or somewhere. And he told one of the guys that we were with that he looked like George Michael, and it was pretty fucking funny.
Oh, my goodness.
You remember that?
Yes. Because it was true.
Yes, it was. He had the beard and he was wham. Wham! Think about it. Oh, somebody says need a shout out. Let's do it. Roll that shout out, baby.
Shout out as Cash Cab.
No, it was an excuse. They said they need a shout out, meaning they need help with the answer, I think.
Oh.
I thought we'd open another beverage. Oh, that's right, folks. When the cash cab flies by, you take a sip of your beverage and say, cheers, motherfuckers.
Yeah, thank you.
Laura says, I will be your father figure. Put your tiny hand in mine, LOL. What were you going to say, babe?
I was going to say thank you to Dave Wolchak, David Sorkowski, and Mo Moore because they donated last week.
Oh, nice.
Don't get hungry.
Well done. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it was $65.
Yeah, that came like right toward the end, or maybe even after. Some of that, I think, was after the live stream was done.
Yeah, some of it was, I think. And I was like, oh, look, I can see who the donors were. That's pretty cool.
Kowalski wants us to
and
pause
Katie
the show. He's got to
Harrington
go to work
tonight.
for a minute. And who?
Katie Harrington tonight.
Nice, Katie
So
Harrington.
thank you.
Well done. Thank you for making a
I'll
donation.
put that
You're really going to help
in
some people
YouTube
tomorrow.
and say, thanks, guys. I feel like you need to. Oh gosh, it's 1:45. But I want to hear about the story about the guy who vomited because you made him laugh too hard.
I was just like having a killer set at the cellar. And everyone was laughing, and I was like, I just got to the point where I was like going to give them a second to catch their breath, honestly. And this guy was like, and I was like, are you okay? And he was like, and he jumped up and he ran into the men's room. And I was like, what the fuck was that? I mean, everybody's laughing at it. I can't remember what I said while he was gone. When he came back out, I was like, dude, are you all right? He goes, you literally made me laugh until I puked.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah! And the place went crazy. And I was like, sorry, man, I feel terrible out of that. But yeah!
Oh, I didn't know that was possible.
I've never heard of that happening other than that one time. I've made a handful of people bleed from the face from laughing too hard. But not a lot, just a few.
Like nosebleeds?
Yeah. A woman was laughing so hard that she was bleeding into her hands because she had all the blood to her head for so long.
Oh my God.
And she came back the next night with her mom. And they both laughed until they bled. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It was too much, man. Too much. Oh, boy. I'm looking forward this weekend, you guys. I'm gonna be away. I'm going away. I'm going on the road, babe. I'm gonna do some shows in the Midwest. Fucking backwards again. Yeah, I'm going to Peoria, Illinois. I am coming for you. You better be there.
You stopped yourself from saying.
What's that? Yeah, I don't want to give away my joke.
Oh.
How I mispronounced the name of it. I call it Peoria. Like, if you stay there for too long, you got a scorching case of Peoria. And they all try to say it to me when I come back, and they can't seem to get it.
Oh my goodness.
They've got it in their head the right way so deeply. They can't bring themselves to say Peoria. But yeah, Peoria, there's an old, I don't know who said it, but someone said, will it play in Peoria? And that was like the standard for, can you take a show on the road?
Oh.
Will it play in Peoria? Will it work in small town middle America? If not, then...
I didn't know they were famous.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, folks. I play the fuck out of Peoria. Over and over and over.
That's true, you've been there.
I've been a bunch of times. It's a great club, the Jukebox in Peoria, Illinois. I will be there on Friday night for 2 shows, Saturday night for 2 more.
Nice.
And then I will drive down the road to Davenport, Iowa. And I will do a show there at the Rhythm City Casino. That's a Sunday night show. Sunday night, Rhythm City Casino. Did anybody know that Davenport, Iowa was called Rhythm City? No one. Even people that live there are like, what? Is that it? Since when is it Rhythm City? I'm like, well, everybody has a thing, you know. Nashville's got the chicken. And Cincinnati has like 11 things.
Does it?
It's funny. Towns, they try to find something to be famous for and like have create a... And it works. It really works. And I think Rhythm City is no exception. You drive into that town, you just can't help but tap your foot. Get a rhythm. Come on over, get a rhythm. One of the Quad Cities, that is correct, Marta Johnson Weller. Give her a ding, babe. Oh, yeah! One of the Quad Cities. Yes, I will be flying out of Moline. Woohoo!
Nice.
Moline International Airport. They have 1 flight a month to Canada. So it's international. There's 117 flights to Chicago O'Hare. And 1 to, who knows? Yeah, but that's where I'm going to be. I'm doing shows in those places, and you folks should come there and laugh. But not too fucking loud, or you kick you out. Or I'll kick you out. Sorry. What were you going to say, babe?
Okay, so there was the chicken wing at the head thing, movie quote. Did we answer what that was from?
Nobody guessed it. Nobody guessed it. It's from Raising Arizona.
Oh, okay.
It's when John Goodman and William Forsythe are trying to convince him.
They're in his house?
Yeah, they're in the house, and he's like, think about it. It's Goodman. He just keeps he's tapping his own head with a chicken wing. They're trying to get him to turn to a life of crime again.
And the other one was like Raphael?
Oh, yes. How could I forget? Did anyone guess?
I don't know that they did because I don't know what
That's a tough one. One of my favorite movies, Being There. That's from Being There. Peter Sellers as Chance the Gardener, or Chauncey Gardner. He's just kind of not all there, and he ends up... the owner of the house that he works in, where he spent his whole life, dies, and he's just out on the street. And it's just the story of what happens to him. And he ends up like giving a message from one gang member to another inadvertently. He's just out on the street. And he just delivers it so... that's a great one. You guys should watch that if you...
It's fascinating.
Well, it ain't Ozzy and Harriet. Yep, there's another Raising Arizona quote coming in. I'm glad. Thanks, babe, for pulling that out.
Okay.
Being there.
Someone had guessed Ninja Turtles for that one.
Well, Raphael is one of the turtles. I guess that makes
was
sense,
like-
right?
That was where my mind went as well.
You
but I
tell
was like, I
Donatello...
don't think you're quoting Ninja Turtles movies.
No, definitely not. Especially not since I was cut out of one of them. Not cut out. It was recast.
See, Ben and I have differing opinions on this.
What are you talking about?
See, I thought it was different, that part. Like, it wasn't the same scene.
It was the same scene.
I watched it twice.
It was the same scene. What do you mean it wasn't the same
See,
scene?
I'm just
The
saying,
dialogue was the same. I read it. I got the part. And then when we went to watch the movie, I wasn't in it. And it was a guy that I knew who they gave the part to. They said it was recast.
Who said?
My agent at the time. What are you doing?
I'm not doing... That's what I said. We have differing opinions. I was just going to leave it
But
there.
there's no differing opinions. There's what happened. We're talking
Okay.
about my life here.
Okay.
There is what happened. That's what happened. I can't help it if Megan Fox thought I was intimidating.
You scared the shit out of her.
I think maybe I did.
Yeah. Poor woman. No sleep. Making a movie all day and all night with a newborn. And Ben Bailey, twice her height, comes in with all his intensity. Towering over her.
We were seated. We were seated at a table.
That doesn't mean you weren't towering over her.
You're right. But definitely by less. I was seated, she was standing, and I was towering over her by a little bit.
That's why I thought it was different, because in the other scene, they're not...
You know, Chance, he's just outside, but all the words are the same. All the dialogue is
Yeah, but
exactly
they're
the same.
walking along by a shipyard.
But what fucking difference does that make?
A lot, I thought.
That doesn't make any difference at all.
Anyway, we have differing opinions.
No, there's what happened and what you wish I believed happened.
No.
Yes. Bryce Long is watching. Hi, Bryce. Hello, Bryce Long. It's been a long time since we saw Bryce. And it is, we're already at about 53 minutes.
We're 54 now.
54.
Do you want a crazy story?
I think we need to check in with Emma Gleason for this week's weird news, man. Check it out. What do you got, babe? You don't want to play that music. Play the one you like. It's time for the weird news with Emma Gleason. It's so happy. Are you still live? Says Easy Money 59. I feel pretty live. I feel like I'm totally live, yeah.
Alright, so I thought this was an appropriate one, given you're talking about barbers earlier.
Barbers, yep.
Okay, so a barber, Homer Gilliland.
A barber named Homer Gilliland? Gilland?
I'm not sure how to... you know what? I get worse at reading the older I get, I think.
Yeah, me too. It's the eyes.
It's not that for me. I'm developing a little dyslexia.
Oh.
Which is concerning. I certainly have number dyslexia. But anyway, that's a side story.
You think you know somebody.
You just don't listen when I say these
That's not true. That is not true.
So you knew this?
Yeah. Okay, can we...
All right. So Homer Gilliland was Elvis Presley's personal barber.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I feel like I've heard his name, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, he scooped up the hair that he cut from Elvis's head.
Right.
Over the course of time of giving him many haircuts. And
I'm terrified right now about what this guy might have done with Elvis's hair.
He kept it. He had like a baseball size worth of of hair that he kept in a plastic bag.
That's not very much.
No, I mean...
I just gave him like a... That's years worth. He just had one little... Okay, sorry, go ahead. He kept it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not cutting a lot off... Most men aren't getting a lot of hair cut off their head every time, you know.
Yeah, I guess so.
It'll take a while to get to
Elvis had a pretty good head of hair, though. I mean, come on.
He did. But he had a shorter life, so... Anyway, so he kept it in a plastic bag, and then he gifted it to a friend of both of theirs.
Right.
Thomas Morgan.
Okay. Interesting. I wonder how he reacted. He's like, "What is this?" Oh, it's Elvis's hair.
And
what? Really? I guess if you knew he was a barber, it would make it a little bit less weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gives some to that guy.
Yeah, and he put it in a jar.
Right.
I guess you could see it better than in a plastic bag.
Right, he changed that's the first thing he did. We put it in a classier container. You put the king's hair in a plastic bag? What's the matter with you? Come on, boy. Put it in a jar.
This year, backed up by extensive documentation, it sold at auction. At a Los Angeles auction house.
Yeah.
Alongside some of Elvis's jumpsuits and other things. You want to have a guess how much it sold for?
Some of Elvis Presley's hair.
A jar of Elvis hair?
I don't know. I have no idea. What is hair? What does the hair of the king go for these days?
$72,500.
Wow. $72,500 for a jar, so that for the rest of your life you can be like, guess what this is? What are you going to do with it except show people?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is it? You're like, it's Elvis Presley's hair. They're like, bullshit. That could be anybody's fucking hair. What?
I mean, I don't know how much these jumpsuits and things sell for, but I feel like they would be...
Oh, this must be $1 million items or something at this point. If the hair is 72 grand. Just some clippings. Yeah. That shit came from a poodle, man. You got robbed.
Extensive documentation, Ben. Extensive documentation.
Yeah, guy looked at it and went, yeah, that looks like the hair of the king.
All right. You want another one?
Sure.
Okay. So, this one's a bit controversial. This couple... from Chicago planned a destination wedding in Jamaica.
Okay.
And they invited 109 guests.
109?
Yes.
I would have looked for one more. I don't like that number, 109.
Oh, I like that number.
108.
I like 9.
You like 9? I like 11.
Like the number 9.
11 is my number.
Yeah.
109 is just, I feel like they couldn't, there's going to be a table with someone sitting with people they don't know.
Well, not everybody's coming.
I'm just joking.
Okay. So, well, this is the whole point is not everyone's coming. And I guess you know that when you're planning a wedding, it must be kind of difficult to, you got to get all the RSVPs and everything.
Oh, yeah. It's brutal. The wedding planning is, people talk about it's famously it's like producing a movie.
Yeah. So they asked people, "Are you coming?"
Right.
And
people are like, "Maybe, man."
And they asked 4 times just to check if everybody was definitely coming, and they said, and these people who replied yes kept saying yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And then the big day showed up, and the couple realized that not everybody who said yes came.
Okay.
To the wedding. So Simmons, I guess, with 2 M's.
Yeah, Simmons, I think. Yeah. 2 M's is Simmons, yeah.
Doug Simmons.
Doug Simmons.
A small business owner sent invoices for $120 per person to all the no-shows.
Oh, really? for the dinner?
Yeah, this is with a note saying this amount is what you owe us for paying for your seats in advance. Seats in advance.
Yeah, and they didn't show up to the wedding.
You can pay via Zelle or PayPal. Yeah, and he says that he told the New York Times that he and his wife were hurt that people didn't show up, and he took it personally.
Yeah, it sounds like it. But I mean, it's pretty personal to not show up at someone's wedding.
Yeah.
I mean, inviting someone that's a personal thing.
Yeah.
So if you just don't go, you're like, yeah, we're coming, and then you don't go, like, God, it'd be hard not to take that personally.
Yeah, I thought
like, what happened that day that you couldn't come to my fucking wedding that you said you were coming to?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty crazy, but then I read that they asked 4 times if people definitely were still coming. So, like, 4 confirmations.
Yeah.
You could at least tell people that you're not coming.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people are we talking about?
I don't know.
Do we know how many people didn't go?
How many people didn't go? But
It's 106. 106 of them didn't make it.
I was thinking if it was quite a few people, yeah, that would add up, and you'd be pissed because you're paying for all of that when you didn't have to for those people.
Right, if it was a lot of people. I mean, maybe there was a flight delay. They were in Jamaica.
Yeah, but you could let them know.
You should definitely let them know.
Yeah,
Just not show up.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I wasn't able to go to a wedding once that I had RSVP'd yes to, and I really went out of my way to let them know, and I was like, this is not good timing to be telling them. I'm sure they're running around doing a million things, but...
Yeah.
Just so they know.
And you did. You let them know.
Yes. So, I've never heard from them ever again since, but no.
Someone's just said, can you please tell us a joke about Cash Cab? I don't know any jokes. Do you know any jokes about Cash Cab?
I know you have some, like...
A priest, a nun, and a rabbi get into the Cash Cab.
I know if you want some Cash Cab humor, the road rage and accidental ornithology.
Yeah, there's some Cash Cab stuff on there.
Yeah.
You can watch that on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, Ben Bailey comedy. You can watch that, and I think maybe on Amazon Prime too.
The Accidental Ornithologist. Yeah, I think you can watch it a bunch of places.
Some other places. Have a look.
Plenty of places.
Have a look. See, it's out there. And there's some Cash Cab humor on there.
Cash Cab. Yeah, I wrote jokes about it because people wanted me to talk about it. It was rough. It was a rocky period there, trying to get back out on the road, doing stand-up after Cash Cab had become such a big thing, and taken my life over to the point that I couldn't continue to do stand-up while we were making it. But then to go out after that and do shows, the crowds were different than they ever had been because they knew me, and they had expectation, and
they knew you from the show. But
they knew me as the Cash Cab guy, but they didn't know me as a comedian.
Yeah.
Which is a weird position to be in, because a lot of them would come thinking, all right, here's this guy's got a TV show, he's just trying to cash in. And they thought I was going to come and, like, talk about Cash Cab, and, like, that was going to be it. I was like, no, I have an act. I have jokes.
I'm a professional.
Yeah. We could talk more about that next week, because it's already 63:17. According to YouTube.
Yeah, it's 5 after 10.
It's 5 after 10. So let's, yes, rocky periods are rough. Team ski. And that was one of them for sure. But a fun one too. And some good stories out of that, which I should share at some point.
Okay.
But for now, I think we're going to have to look into the weird, wacky, wild holidays that today undoubtedly is.
Yeah, maybe remind Ben about that another time.
I'll try to remember. We can talk about that next week.
Okay.
On episode 98.
All right, that sounds good. Okay, so we have Celebrate Your Unique Talents Day.
Well, that is it's hard to fit that one into the box on the calendar. Celebrate Your Unique Talent Day.
I like the ones that are wordy and long and really make you work for it, so I've included several of them today. I
appreciate that. They kill more time. Honestly, it gets me through. And I appreciate them too.
Okay, cool. Aura Awareness Day.
Okay. All right, I'm good.
You're aware?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that one was really interesting.
Aura Awareness Day. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the explanation and whatnot.
And wait, what was the first one again?
Celebrate your unique...
Celebrate your unique talent day.
Mm-hmm.
That is every day for me. Well, masturbation. Just kidding. All right, here we go. That's 2. What else have we got?
Okay, National Stay at Home Because You're Well Day.
Oh, I like that. That's
Yeah,
a
I
real
like
new twist.
Isn't that cool?
Stay at home because you're well, not because you're sick. I love that.
Yeah. I
Like
think-
people are like, I stayed home because I'm sick. Well, maybe you should stay home because you're not sick and just enjoy that you have a home. Okay.
Yeah.
Stay home because you're well day. Sorry, I felt passionately about that one.
Nice. Okay. No explanation needed. I think you got it.
Nice.
National Cookie Cutter Week.
National Cookie Cutter Week.
Yes.
This is going on all week, everybody. So you better find those cookie cutters and get them out.
It celebrates the cookie cutter. Just have a guess how far back cookie cutting dates.
I feel like we might have done this exactly a year ago.
Oh, really?
I'm going to go way back to 1898.
Not even close. Nowhere near close. 2000 BC.
Cookie cutters from 2000 BC?
So that's when like shaping
Is that what they called them then too?
sweet baked goods.
Wow,
like,
that's amazing.
goes back to like ancient Egyptians.
That's 4,000 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy, right?
Holy shit.
I was stunned by that.
Do you think they used it as an expression for things that were all the same? When did that start?
I don't know if they mass marketed cookie cutters back then. So
How do you like the caves that we live in? No, they're a little bit cookie cutter for my taste.
Jeff says the cookies were a bit dry.
Bit dry, yeah.
Okay, and then we have bifocals at the Monitor Liberation Day.
What the fuck is that? Bifocals at the Monitor Liberation Day.
Yeah, it's all to do with people who have to wear bifocals and
Right.
looking
they should-
at computer monitors and how much it's hard for them.
And how much that has to suck.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Oh, they're just like,
I don't think, like, I read through it, I was waiting for the part where we were going to liberate them. There's no liberation for them. We're just supposed to feel sorry for them.
yeah, we'll appreciate them. We can't free you, but
Yeah.
but we'll appreciate you
Yeah.
by gently making fun of you.
Oh.
Is that all of them then?
Yep, and that's
All right.
all brought to you by nationaltoday.com, I should say, because I use the website to find all the national days.
Oh, well, thanks, nationalday.com.
That's all the information comes from them. So
This isn't the first time we mentioned you on episode 97.
I was using another website, but these guys are better.
I was holding that really well, so I decided to stay at it for a little bit.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
All right.
It's time for Sunday, 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 everybody. Let's do this. This Sunday, one day only. Celebrate your unique talent, whatever it might be. Do it all day until your fucking arm hurts. Now sit there and think about your aura, because it's time to be Awareness Day. Now stay home just because you feel good. You don't have to be sick. Stay home. Stay home because you're well. Now go make some cookies and appreciate the fact that some people have to sit in front of a monitor and try to look at it and read it with bifocals when they're nearly blind. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! Whew! That was a mouthful.
I'll say. You're freezing up again.
Yeah, sorry, I got caught up in there. Oh!
Sorry.
You can't laugh.
Just to confuse people right at the end. I was worried that people would think it was real. We haven't done one of those in so long.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while since we've done the tech problem. All right, you guys, thank you so much. This has been Working From Home, episode 97. 3 left, 98, 99, 100. And then we're on to the big news show, which is January 5th. Come see me in Peoria this weekend, or Davenport, Iowa, Sunday. Peoria's Friday and Saturday. We will be back here again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm Ben Bailey.
I'm Emma Gleason.
And we will see you then. Let's juggle some fucking chickens, baby. One of them always tries to get away, but I've got them.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, David. Thank you, Raphael. Thank you, Team Ski.
I can't do it. I can't juggle the chickens. I give up.
Michael, the link is at therealbenbailey.com. You can get all the tickets there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Tickets at therealbenbailey.com. Thanks, you guys.
At Ben Bailey Comedy
Tips.
on Venmo.
Tips at Ben Bailey Comedy on Venmo.
And Patreon.
There's a Patreon page, Ben Bailey Comedy. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please.
We love you
Please.
guys.
Please. We love you. See you later, suckers.
I really want to be into